Good evening and welcome to my end of the week recap video here for Apple and plan ahead for next week. Tuesday, I chased a little bit and tried to take a continuation breakout over this previous breakout here in the 15 February 175s here. Closed out on the initial breakout and trailed out the rest once it started to fail. Thursday, nice gap down, close almost on lows. Market was showing weakness, looked like we were going to gap down. So I went ahead, I took some 167.5 puts here into the close. I was expecting a much larger drop down here below the 8 EMA for a nice flush, which would have made those very nice trade. Overall, still decent. Closed out for profit there on the open. Midway through the day, I was triggered into these 1 March 170 calls here, basically for a play off of this 8 EMA and continuation up towards these recent highs. It's a trade I'll take 100% of the time, and we'll see what happens. Into next week, what I'm looking to do if that trade does fail, which is basically a big move below the 8 EMA. I will most likely close out my position. However, if it opens up somewhere in the middle here, just kind of trots down a little bit, maybe dips below and pulls back up, I'll add to it. If it breaks below on strength, I'll close out, take my loss, and move on. Wait for the 21 EMA support down here around 165 calls about 2 weeks in the future. And I'll also look for 165 calls just with more time down here at the 50 SMA. Initial target is up here, as I said, these recent highs anywhere from 175.60 down to this original breakdown of about 172.80. So anywhere up here, I expect there to be some supply, but I do expect it to make its way back up there and at least test it and find out what happens. Over here on the daily time frame, couple other lines. Just some downtrending resistance lines to be aware of, just knowing where they are. Looks like we're still going to continue higher. I like this candlestick set up right off of the 8 EMA. However, the volume does leave a little bit more to be desired here. So zoom out here a little bit on the monthly time frame. A couple of notes I had in here I completely forgot about. Essentially, prior all-time highs and dips have created a channel, and we've come close to almost testing this prior all-time high 135 130 area. Maybe that's close enough. Maybe we need to actually come down and test it just like these last few times. But this just seems to be the trend with Apple. I mean, you get a big sell-off. Sure, it was a huge sell-off in a matter of 1, 2, 3 months, and you've now put in a very strong bullish-looking hammer candle on the monthly time frame. So we could pull back a little bit, seeing that there's quite a bit of strength in the name right now, a very strong looking bottom right here. If we do start pulling back, I'll gladly load up again down here on 140, 142-ish area if it goes down there. Probably going to find secondary buyers here at these levels of 158.5. What I mean by secondary is this is where the initial break started to push up this last 2 weeks. So maybe a retest of that area to see if that was a legit move and if there's going to be support there, creating yet another higher low, and we start making our ways higher back up here to prior all-time highs. It's a Buffett name. He's probably putting a lot of money to use right now into this drop. So quite a few reasons to still stay bullish on Apple. So we'll see what happens going forward. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down below. Have a good weekend and good luck on Monday.